Hey, good morning, Jacques. How are you?
I'm doing outstanding. I'm talking to Garth Brooks.
Entering his second year as the LSU head football coach.
It was the only way I could get a foot in the door.
Joined by the icon, Kim Mulkey. Hey, Coach, great to see you.
Well, what a huge treat this is for us. The NFL's all-time leading rusher, and I don't think anyone's going to catch him. Emmitt Smith joins us in studio. Thank you so much.
Jacques, thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming down.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad I came in on the weekend when y'all beat the Gators. So it's a happy Tuesday, I guess.
Well, I want to talk to you about that. Everyone talks to you about the Cowboys. Obviously, you won 3 Super Bowls, part of a dynasty. But your college ball was with the Florida Gators.
Yes.
My first ever game as an LSU fan, you played LSU in 1987.
Yes, sir.
You ran for 190 yards. LSU won by 3 points.
That they did.
But then you came back 2 years later, and you guys kicked a field goal and won at the end.
Yes.
What are your memories of – you played in Tiger Stadium twice, right?
Played in there twice. It was very loud. And as a true freshman, walking into Tiger Stadium and seeing how enthusiastic everyone was about LSU itself was very intriguing. It was the first time I played in such a place that had that much noise. It was one of the loudest stadiums I've ever played in at that particular time. And so it was a hard-fought game. Tommy Hodson was the quarterback. Yeah. Dalton Hilliard was the running back. Carrier was the defensive back, and I think Wendell Davis was probably wide receiver. And
Look at you!
Else. So I mean, it was a tough game, and Kerwin Bell was my quarterback that year, and so we fought hard, but I think we ended up losing the game. So.
Kerwin Bell had the mustache. I remember that.
Yeah. He had the bar before everyone else started wearing the bar.
So when you play in the NFL, are college stadiums the loudest you've played in,
For the most part, yes, until you go out to Seattle. And Seattle is extremely loud because of the way that they built the stadium. But Kansas City is extremely loud for an older stadium. So those are two of the loudest stadiums in the NFL as far as I'm concerned.
You're here for a good message and a good cause. We'll get to that. Your thoughts on the current Florida Gators?
Well, we got some work to do. We got to eliminate a lot of mistakes. Turnovers are one thing that I've learned that a long time ago will get you beat in anything that you do. Mistakes cost you dearly. And so we have to correct those things in terms of protecting the football, defending the run and the pass. And so there's a lot that we need to work on.
I just want to say this real quick. I put it on social media. I'm really impressed with DJ Lagway, the fact that he throws 5 interceptions, but he shows up for the post-game press conference. He's not angry, or he gives good, courteous answers. He seems like he's a great young man.
Right. He is a great young man. I met him the very first time his freshman year when he was awarded the Gatorade National Football Player of the Year award. They asked me to come down to Florida and give it to him, and so I gave it to him. It was the first time ever meeting the kid. And I'm surprised that the kid got out of Texas. And so for the University of Florida to have a guy like DJ Lagway playing in that position is extremely rare and also pretty awesome by the University of Florida in terms of recruiting a quality kid. As far as his play, I think he gives Florida the best opportunity to win games. However, kids today are not being developed, in my opinion, completely as quarterbacks. Like your quarterback. Your quarterback has been trained not only to read coverages but make good decisions himself and eliminate half of the field. That's the way Joe Burrows was trained. And so when I look at your quarterback coach, I applaud them and I applaud the system for educating the kids in terms of how to play the game, how to play the position, how to grow and become a professional player. Because these kids, your quarterbacks have been trained professionally. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, when you watch the NFL, LSU for a long time was not known for developing quarterbacks, and you have a Joe Burrow and now a Jaden Daniels playing on Sunday. What do you think? And Burrow's obviously, the injuries have kind of bit him a bit, but when you look at these guys in the NFL, what do you think?
I think, like I said, what's been developed here at the quarterback position is pretty important and pretty critical to the success at the next level. And so you got guys now that are being trained to go to the next level and be ready to play at the next level, which is absolutely critical for a lot of rookie quarterbacks. You hear about players talk about it all the time. The game has not slowed down yet. And the reason why the game hasn't slowed down because they're so busy thinking and processing what to do, where to go with the ball. They're just stuck. And the game is so fast. And so when the game slows down, they truly understand what's happening on the football field. They truly can eliminate. They know where the ball should go. It gets out of their hands a lot quicker. And if they got the accuracy and the velocity on the ball and the touch on the ball, they become very good quarterbacks.
Yeah.
At the next level.
This might be a good time to bring up, what you're speaking about. So the modern day athlete, they're earning money in college, but I feel like there's more pressure on them than ever before.
No doubt.
This Bryce Underwood, who goes to Michigan, he's got people our age. Their happiness is invested into an 18-year-old. Can you win the game for me or not?
Yep.
And sometimes it builds up anxiety and pressure.
No, a lot of time it does build up anxiety because people looking at your performance and saying, are you worth the money that we gave you? That's even at the professional level. As a professional, though, we're already trained to deal with and going through a lot of the woes me kind of situation where people constantly blame you for their happiness. and it's a crazy thing when you look at it and say, well, we're paying you. No, you're not paying me. My owners are paying me a lot of money to perform. And trust me, I want to perform too. I've always had, me as a player, I've always took pride in what I did on the football field because I know that if I'm successful or if our team is successful on the football field and if we're playing the way we're capable of playing, we're going to have a great chance of winning ball games. Competition and being competitive is extremely important. In today's society, kids are given a lot way too soon, way too soon. And they automatically think that they're Hall of Famers already when they have yet to even have a successful collegiate career. The motivation has been stripped away because once you land about a $5 million contract or a $10 million NIL deal, you got mom, you got dad, you got brothers and sisters, everybody got their hands out trying to ride your coattail and trying to be your biggest supporter. Now, the minute you hurt yourself, blow out a knee, no one is around because you're locked and loaded with the trainers trying to recover. Mom and dad may call you on a weekly basis, but your friends might not be there for you. That's when you feel isolated as a player. That's when the anxiety really becomes high because at the end of the day, that person is thinking, is my career over with? And when he's looking around or she's looking around, who's there to support me? All these handouts was here when I was riding high, but where are they now? Yeah. Where are they now? And that's something that young people have to learn how to overcome and get to. And if you don't have anyone in your household that can also remind you that with every challenge, there's also a tremendous reward. There's an opportunity to grow. There's a process that we all must go through. You will be fine. You just continue to do your rehab, continue to do this, stay encouraged. Someone there to keep motivating this person to keep going outside of the training staff, which that's their job, is to get him or her back on the surfaces so they can go ahead and continue to do what they do.
So that's your message, to stay away from drugs and opioids and so forth. What is your Narcan is the product that you
Well, I've been working with Emergent now for the last 3 years on this campaign, the Ready to Rescue campaign. And the Ready to Rescue campaign is pretty simple. It's Narcan nasal spray to help stem the tides of opioid overdoses. And we've seen a tremendous rise of opioid overdoses over the last 5 or 6 years, if not longer, especially with fentanyl. And now they got some new stuff coming out as well. So what I'm trying to do with Emergent and Narcan nasal sprays is continue to spread awareness around this product and how you can be equipped to help save a person's life, because you never know. It can happen anytime and anywhere, especially on college campuses when people are enjoying themselves, having a good time. We've seen videos of people slipping things in girls and the guys' drinks, et cetera, et cetera. So you never know what's going to happen. So you always have to be ready. My message is if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And having Ready to Rescue campaign, pushing Narcan nasal spray to help stem the tides of opioid overdoses, is really the message, just to try to save another person's life and be prepared to do such.
What do people need to know in terms of a website or?
Yeah, you can go to Narcan.com. The method is pretty simple: lay, spray, and stay. What does that mean? That means if you see someone probably, and oftentimes we think somebody is actually resting, they could be having an episode right then and there. And if you don't know, just walk up to them and shake them and see if they're responsive. If they're not responsive, the eyes are dilated and so forth, lay them on the ground. If you got Narcan nasal spray, stick it in the nostrils, hit a squirt. And generally, it should bring them back. But if you need to, get two to help bring somebody back. And so it's a pretty simple, like we say, lay, spray, and stay.
Awesome.
Call 911 as quickly as possible.
Beautiful. A few more things before you've got to go here. So I haven't seen this Cowboys documentary on Netflix, but everyone who's watched it, you give it a thumbs up.
It's pretty good. It's hilarious.
I saw the clip on Twitter, X, of your 1993 holdout and so forth. And wow, what a time, huh?
Yeah.
Micah Parsons, they traded him. They kept you.
Right.
What's your thoughts on all of that?
I think the difference between Michael Parsons and myself is my contract was completely up. So I was an unemployed guy. So I honored out my contract for 3 years with the Dallas Cowboys. So let's make no mistakes. I did not hold out. I was in the middle of a tough negotiations. Mm-hmm. Michael Parsons had a year or two left on his contract. Mm-hmm. So that's the distinct difference. Yeah. He chose not to finish his contract with the Cowboys. So that created a lot of rift. And the Cowboys, whether or not he felt like the Cowboys was disrespecting him or not honoring his ability to go out on the football field and do those things, the Cowboys felt at that particular time that they needed to trade him away. And they traded him away and got a number of different picks, which kind of reminds me of how I ended up in Dallas in 1990, where they traded away Herschel Walker and got 13 picks. So the thing is, I wish if they were going to make that decision, I wish they would have made that decision before the draft this year, because we could have used those picks to build a team for this particular year. But unfortunately, we didn't. Made the decision fairly late. Now we have those picks coming up next year. And I don't know what Jerry's planning on doing with those picks. But the model's pretty simple. Trade down and get more picks. You got 2 first-round draft picks, maybe a couple second-round picks, let alone your own picks. So you have enough to work with in the future to help build and develop the team and position us competitively to contend in the NFC East.
I remember watching football back then. Jerry Jones, you don't fire Tom Landry. You could never do that. You could never trade Herschel Walker. We know how it turned out. 3 Super Bowls in 4 years. Right. Jay Johnson, the LSU baseball coach, was sitting there. I told him, if you win one this year, you have 3 national championships in 4 years. You will be a dynasty. The Dallas Cowboys were a dynasty. Mm-hmm. Looking back on those times, this is a broad question, but you see Deion Sanders now in coaching and all these guys you played with and so forth. What does that time in your life mean to you?
It means a lot, because at the end of the day, once we leave the game, we're constantly looking for, I think most players are constantly looking for that camaraderie and that person or that group of people that they can have so much in common with. When you fought hard to build and develop championship teams, and you know what each and every man is going through to get to that championship level, you miss those moments. You miss the camaraderie within the locker room. And now you're trying to develop that camaraderie with your businesses or your business partners or your family and friends, et cetera, things that you have in common. What I have in common with my family today is life. And that's the one thing I've broken things down to. And so, but as a football player, do I miss being in the locker room? You daggone right I do, because I know that when it comes down to going onto the football field, just the football field alone, that 53 of us are equally yoked. 53 of us are prepared to go out and fight and battle to win games for each other. I look at it like this. We didn't care what color, what religion. We didn't care about the things that didn't really matter. All we cared about was the person that was with us. And where we're going to fight together. Where you going to quit on me? Where you going to be there in the fourth quarter when we need you the most? That's the way we were built. And that's the way that camaraderie, as you would see in the documentary, that's why we got in trouble together. We were all together. So you do things that are positive, but also you find yourself around folks that are supporting you when things are not not as well. And that's the part that I absolutely loved about the game of football.
I visited with Jake Delhomme the other day.
Mm-hmm.
He got the first start of his NFL career against the Dallas Cowboys in 1999 on Christmas Eve. And the Saints, for whatever reason, played well and beat the Dallas Cowboys.
We were bad that day.
Were y'all bored that day?
We were bad that year.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, we were bad.
Okay, all right.
But that's okay. But they won. They played well, and we didn't.
You didn't play in the Superdome all that many times, did you? I mean, what are your memories of the Saints?
Not good. Every time we came down to the Superdome, something crazy happened, and but we didn't have much success in the dome. But when they came to Dallas, we had a lot more success than we did in the dome. I think Mother Rudolph came out and did something to us. I don't know what it was.
So, in closing, I guess, 18,355 yards. You played from 1990 through 2004. By the way, being a Saints fan, the one great game of your Arizona Cardinals short stay was against the Saints, right? You ran for like 140 yards that day. But you never had an ACL or any of that stuff. How did you stay healthy? You're playing on that god-awful turf back then also. Longevity plus talent. And the only current guy is Derrick Henry. He's 18th on the NFL's all-time. He's like 7,000 yards behind you. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if anyone's ever going to catch this record.
Well, people ask that question all the time, and I say it's God's grace and mercy, because I have no clue how I was able to avoid the massive knee injury. I never had a scope on my knees. Didn't have any cartilage damage, none of those things. I have sprained MCL and the PCL and maybe a ligament, but never had any scopes on my knees, no foreign objects within the knees. And so I'm very fortunate and very blessed to be able to avoid the big one. However, I did have shoulder surgery, which I tore my shoulder against the New York Giants. Had ankle surgery to clean up some bone spurs within my ankle. Had hand surgery because I broke my hand. However, those are things that did happen. I had pulled hamstrings and things of that nature. But I was blessed. That's all I can say. I was blessed. I don't know how, but God gifted me with the ability to just avoid the big shot.
Yeah. Well, was it your quote that said every time you got tackled, it was like a 25-mile-an-hour car wreck?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, every week is that way for all the young players as well, because bones are not supposed to get jarred out of position. I mean, ligaments, bones, and soft tissue pull bones out of spots. And so at the end of the day, when you're out there running the rock and getting hit by folks, that's not normal. That is not normal. And so, but it's fun, but it's not normal. So we got to be a little touched in order to play the game of football, and touched in a good way, meaning have the courage to go and do it and compete at a level, but put your body on the line as well.
Well, this was a big treat for me. I think about the people I grew up on. I think about Michael Jordan and Jerry Rice and Emmitt Smith. So thanks so much for making time for us today.
Thank you, guys.
Still look like you could play. I mean, if you shave this, you'd look the same, right?
No, I don't. I'm glad I just look like it.
Appreciate your time.
No,
the great Emmitt Smith dropping by WAFB today. Thanks for dropping by as well, and we'll see you later.